Hey guys, in this video, let's create a t-shirt that is a video game prop for maybe one of our characters. So to get started, here I am in zBrush, and the current version that I'm using is 2021.6. So to get started, I need some sort of human body. So I'm going to press my comma on my keyboard and go to this female base mesh that comes with zBrush. And if I decide to create a t-shirt for this female, all I'm going to do is let's make sure that it's kind of high resolution, which it is. It's currently 1 million points, which is great. If I hold down the control key and create a mask, I can see that it's actually pretty nice. And if you don't have a dense model, make sure that you have enough geometry to create something that makes sense. So for example, if I turn down the subdivision here and I try to create a mask, you could see that right here, for example, the line is not straight, right? Because there's just too little of topology, so we don't have enough geometry to create a nice t-shirt. Whereas if you have a lot of geometry, and you create, let's hold control and drag outside to clear our mask. So now if I hold on control and do the same kind of area, you could see that the line is much straighter, and this makes more sense if creating base mesh for like a t-shirt, right? Alright, so let's check this out. So right now I'm currently in the perspective view. I'm going to turn this off, and I want to be in orthographic view. And all I'm going to do right now is just create a mask, a shape of the t-shirt that I want, right? So if I hold on the control key, I can go to my mask tools here and I can grab something like the lasso. I'm going to hold on the press X on my keyboard and activate my X symmetry. And now if I just simply drag a selection, right, of what I think the t-shirt should be, it will clone it on both sides, right? So maybe essentially I just need to go about halfway and decide, what do I want the shape of the t-shirt to be. So maybe let's see, I'm not happy with this. I can hold on the control and alt key and I can subtract. So maybe instead of going down, maybe I want it kind of more up, and maybe I don't want it to be so high on the back. So just take a few minutes to kind of create the shape that you like, and we can pull and push this as well. So let's say I'm happy with this. Maybe could just a little lower. All right, let's say I'm happy with this. And the next step that I need to do is go to subtool, go to extract, and what we need to do is let's go ahead and crank out the smoothness all the way up, and the thickness I need it to be maybe something like 0.01. And if we say extract, we can get a preview of what the t-shirt would look like, right? And if, let's say, maybe you look at your thickness and you say, well, that's a little too thick for a t-shirt. Well, maybe we can do how about 0.005? Maybe that's a little better. Say extract. And now you can see the thickness is a little better. It's not as thick. So let's say I'm happy with this. I'm going to say accept. And as soon as I press accept in the subtools, you can see a new subtool was created. And if we wanted to, we can even rename this to whatever we want, call it a shirt. And now technically we no longer need the other base mesh, right? So here we are. If I press this button here, I can see that my t-shirt has different polygroups. So the external part is kind of red, and you can see there's like sort of a green inside. So I want to make sure that I keep these polygroups. So I'm going to leave this button on, right? And what I need to do now is reduce the geometry or change the topology of this. This is clearly not game engine friendly because it's way too dense, right? 240 points. So let's go to geometry, and let's go to zRemesher, and I'm gonna leave adapt on, and let's start at 5K. That's fine. And I want to make sure that I say keep the groups, and I also would like to say detect edges, right? And next, I'm just simply gonna click zRemesh, and let's see what zBrush gives us with these basic selection. All right, so it's already looking nicer, right? So let's go ahead and dial this down. Let's do half and say remesh again, and maybe one more. And this is pretty good as far as the topology. We could try it again if we wanted to. And maybe this is even better, so this is 1400 points. I think this is definitely something we could use as a game, clothing piece, right? So let's go ahead and go with this. And now what I need to do is, for games, you don't really need double sides because you don't want to have double topology, right? You don't want to have double the polygon number. So we don't need the internal shell. We just need the external shell. So what I'm going to do is hold down Control, Shift, and click inside. And now you can see that I'm only looking at this external shell. And now if I hold on Control, Shift, and click on it one more time, you can see that zBrush hid the inside shell but left the outside shell and the borders, right? And that's exactly what I want. So now what I need to do is just simply delete the part that's hidden. So I'm going to go to Modify Topology and go to, so right here under Modify Topology, there's a button called Delete Hidden. And I actually have it dragged on my interface, on my UI. But if you press it, then that will delete the that inner part. And now we're just left with 781 points, which is great, right? If we wanted to go to display, we can actually turn on double, and now as soon as you press double, you can see that you're no longer looking through the mesh, and maybe that's even better, right? For us to take a look. Because we extracted the model from the base, right? It's going to really look like it's hugging the body a lot, and maybe we want to make it look more like it's a clothing piece, so it doesn't actually have some of this anatomy lines, right? So if I hold on the Shift key, I can maybe smooth out some of this stuff. I can also grab my Move tool, make it kind of very large, and still with the active symmetry selected, I can pull it out and maybe shape it a little better to the body, so it actually looks like it's a piece of clothing. This is the part I was telling you earlier. We can change this if we wanted to maybe make it look a certain way. So that's one way of doing it. Just make sure you don't have any geometry that kind of penetrates. And I don't mind having little spaces there. I think that's okay. So there you go. Something like this should work. So now if we wanted to maybe also add some normal detail, like like folding or something, we can do that as well. Normally what I do is I export this out into another program, like Maya. And before you export, one thing you might want to do is go to export and uncheck groups, so you don't have 1,000 little pieces coming in as a file. But now if you export this out and bring it into a different program, you can actually do your UVs really nice. So you can do a seam here and just have the front of the shirt and then the back, so you could do a nice substance painter textures, right? For the sake of this tutorial, I don't want to do all that. Let's just do a quicken cheap UVs here in ZBrush, right? So I am going to simply go to Z plugin, go to UV master, and I'm going to leave my symmetry on and just do an unwrap. And now if I flatten it, I can see what my UVs look like. And this is actually pretty decent. This will actually work in Substance as well, right? Because you can do a nice design that will actually make sense. This could work. I'm going to unflatten it, and now if you want to export this out, you could do that, and it's ready to be used in a game. If you wanted to add more detail, like a normal map, again with some cool folding detail, what you need to do is go to geometry, and let's go ahead and divide this a few times. So maybe let's make it really dense. I'm gonna go to subdivision level 5, and I don't need this anymore. So I have 190 points, and now all we need is simply I got my brush from ArtStation, but you need to download a brush that creates foldings, right? So creates folds. So if you go to ArtStation, I think there's a few free cool ZBrush brushes you can download, or just get them from the internet. So I'm gonna grab mine. Okay, here it is. It's called CG Cloth. And now if I make my brush a little smaller, I'm gonna turn off symmetry for this. And if I dial down my Z intensity, I can just create a couple natural looking folds on my shirt, so it looks a little nicer, right? So it doesn't look so plasticky. And maybe we can make a little less intensity here in the back, and maybe there's a couple lines there. So you could see right away, it already looks like a nice t-shirt. Very simple, very fast. And now all you need to do is just simply go back, and then keep in mind I added the folds after I did the UV, so that's a very important point. You want to make sure that you add any detail after you UV'd the base, your base mesh, right? Otherwise you won't be able to export out your detail, right? Well, unless you use a projection, but that's another tutorial. So let's go ahead and export out this normal map. So to do that, all you need to do is just maybe dial this back down to level 1. And I know it looks really bad, but that doesn't matter. If you go down to normal map, you can actually click create normal map. And right there you can see the preview of what your normal map looks like. Now ZBrush automatically flips this vertically. So when you export this out for Substance Painter, and you want to import this normal map into Substance Painter or any other 3D package, make sure you flip this, right? So to flip it, you just need to say clone, so it's here, and then you go to textures, and when you do your export, make sure you flip the position, so you could see right now it's on the bottom, right? And the reason I know that is because when we looked at our UVs by flattening it, you remember it was on the bottom, right? So that's pretty much it. That's how fast and easy it is to create a good looking t-shirt, and it will look exactly the same as a low resolution model as it does here as high, right? So because you have the normal detail and all the smoothness. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.